and nothing. I don't want to scream. Just want to scream. I know it's why. But I know it's been a while since I haven't posted anything in my channel. I'm really sorry. I have been busy. I know I only have a few followers, but I really do appreciate you guys. It's just that my time and my month has been really hectic. First, I've started a business online, and then of course I'm still working. I'm still a mommy. So this video is the video that I've done from my 21 days challenge live online that was done by a very expert person named Helen Martin. She challenged us to be more personal about our lives, and I'm just gonna warn you, you will cry in this video because it is about my sister who I almost lost, and the things that I've done for her and our family's done for her. So yeah, just feel free to comment anything. Let me know how you think about the video, and I know it's gonna be sad, but there's a lesson. There's a lesson in this video that you would really cherish and understand. Why do we need to always let our loved one know how we feel and what we feel about them? So enjoy. Good evening, everyone. It's 10:20 night here in Sydney, Australia. My name is viniavlogs. I'm a mother of one, a baby girl 6 years old, and I'm married for 10 years. And what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the 21 days online crew live video challenge. So I don't know if you've seen all my past videos, but this is gonna be our day 6. It's October 16. So today's topic is very close to my heart because actually this is gonna be, it will show my vulnerability. I have a lot of stories to share, but I think this will be good to share. By the way, before anything else, we just watched Maleficent. I'm not gonna spoil it to anyone, but it's really good. Really good. Highly recommended. You're not gonna waste your money. It's a really good sequel. Okay, so the topic for today, day 6, it's gonna be share something about your personal experience and the lesson behind it. So first, I would like to show you that we're 8 siblings, and I'm just looking at the photos at the moment so I could show you. Just give me a second. Where did I put it? Okay, so this is my family. So I hope you can see it. That's my dad, that's my mom, that's my elder sister, brother, and all that. So remember that face. Okay, how can I show you this? Oh, I can't, but that face. So we're 8 siblings. So if you're gonna count, if the eldest is number 1, so she's gonna be number 6, I'm number 7, and that's number 8. So we're the last. So my dad and mom separated, and then they tried to patch things up, and 3 of us came out. Okay, so growing up, her name is Sandy. That's my sister. Growing up, of course, you know, if you have a sister, I don't know if you're close to your sister right away, but no, my sister and I always fight in a way, like when we're at home, we always like literally fight to a point where One time, she was so angry at me because at school she's always nice to me. She always want to show everyone that she's nice to me. So whenever I get hungry, I'll go to her and ask for food from her, and then she'll give me the rest of her money. And then once we get home, she'll fight with me, saying, "Why would you?" But then again, I know she loves me. So sometimes we even so she's really really angry at me to a point where one night because we're sleeping in a bunk bed, so she sleeps at the top, I sleep at the bottom, because we were living at my grandma's house. And so she was so angry at me. So her bed has a mattress that is so heavy that requires 3 people to put it up onto her bed, and mine is really thin, so it's easy for me to put it back. So she was so angry at me that she pulled it out. And so when I was about to sleep, I was so angry, but then I was able to put it back. But then the mistake she did was she left the room. So I pull her mattress out, and then I put it down to the floor. And then of course she's so prideful that she was having a hard time putting it back, to a point where I was sleeping already. And I think it took her like 3 hours to put it back, and I felt so bad because she can't put it back, so I had to help her. So those are just the memories that I have with my sister. So like I told you, if you're gonna go and watch back my previous videos in terms of self-development, I told you that we were a product of broken family. And it's just the 3 of us who stayed together because we were the youngest at that time. Most of our elder sister left the house, to find their own path and, live their own life. And then, but then again, she fell pregnant at the age of 16. I don't know, 15 actually. And then she gave birth. She was in 3rd year high school, and then she gave birth 16. So when she fell pregnant, I felt so betrayed. I felt so alone because I know she needs to go to that person who made her pregnant. After that, that was the time that I had to start being the eldest to my younger brother. But then I always miss her in terms of, it doesn't matter if we always fight, but she's always there. We always talk in terms if we need to talk something personal and stuff. It's so nice to know that you have a sister there. So she ran off, and then I went to college and never heard from her. So I only heard from her again. By the way, she left her love child to my mom, and then now she ran off. And then next thing that we know, she actually went to a local province and married a guy. And then she had 2 kids, two more kids. And then that place that she was living in, it was like, because I live in the city, so that was like 4 or 5 hours travel, plus the traffic, so it will take you longer. So when I was working, I managed to put the communication back between the 2 of us. So I have my own house. I'm renting my own place back in the city. And then because since I was single, I'm taking my time, so I have enough savings for to help her, because she wasn't really lucky in terms of finding the right man for her. So she was really living really poor at that time. And then but every time that school comes, she always go to me so I can buy stuff for her kids, because I have already I have made sure that I will support her. I have promised her that I'm gonna support her no matter what. And then thank you for turning on the light. Don't turn it off. Yeah, so that was the life. So she was able to get back on her feet. She was feeling more better because she knows that I'm there. I'm helping her, and I'm single. And so as the day goes by, we're close. Every time I miss her, I just send her some money to go to my house and spend like probably a month and stay with me. And she always cook really good. So because she felt like she she felt like she needed to like help me in a way where whenever she goes to my house or to my apartment, she always wash my clothes, she always clean, she always cook, and I always tell her, you know, don't do that because, you know, you're my sister and whatever I'm doing for you because I love you. So this is hard. So year 2006, our elder sister and her husband was doing well in their life that time, and so what they did, you know, to be able to help her, they gave her some funds to have her own store. And then my brother-in-law, who's really kind enough, he gave them enough money to buy a tricycle in the Philippines. It's like I'll show you how it looks like, because it's better that you see it. Tricycle in the Philippines. So that's what it looks like, that kind of a car in the Philippines. So that's enough for enough to transport you places, but not very long, but you know. So my brother-in-law bought them that so that they could have their own income. So that was doing very well. And then one day I was working because I used to work in a call center before in the Philippines, and I do night shift, and I always go out the office around like 10 a.m. in the morning. So around 6 a.m. I received a call from the husband's cousin. So they called me and they said something happened to my sister. And I said, what happened? You know, they did not tell me anything. I thought it was just a really like simple thing that happened to her. And I was like, why are you calling me for? So, you know, I said, oh, because we need some money for x-ray. Mind you, x-ray is not that expensive. So meaning they don't have that much to bring her. And I said, why does she need x-ray? And then the cousin said, I think it's best for you to go here. And I said, okay. Well, I can't go right now. Can you tell me why? Can you give me the you know, what's the urgency? And then I said, so they told me that my sister had an accident. Yeah, so she had an accident. So what happened was there was a big truck going in, and then her husband was driving the tricycle. Good thing that, because they normally bring their kids with them. At that time, their kids were like around 6 and 4. That very day, they did not bring the kids. I think they're gonna buy some supply for their mini store. And then, so there was an impact. So the truck hit them, and so my sister was sitting here, and you see that little thing in there. This is hard. So yeah, so there was an impact. My sister hit her head there, and I can't. So the cousin said, I think it's best for you to come here because it's actually really bad. I said, I was like, well, what do you mean really bad? And then your sister isn't. Whew. Yeah, so they said, yeah, your sister is comatose. I said, what? Yeah, I said, like, why don't you bring her to the hospital? I'll be fine, I'll be fine. Yeah, they said they can't afford it. So I said, okay, I gotta rush. So I went to my boss and I said, you know, I gotta go, there's an emergency. And just thinking about the travel time going there, it's actually like killing me already. So yeah, when I went there, I saw her laying down, lifeless, and nothing. I don't want to scream. Just want to scream. And ask why. But and I held her hand and told her, I said, I'm here now. Fight. And she's twitching. She's twitching on her own. And the doctor said it's not her. It's actually the brain. And I cried. I cried so loud that I can't even. I don't care anymore if people will judge me the way I cry. I cry like a cow. Cause I got so scared that I'm gonna lose her. And then the doctor gave me condition. He said, her case, I'll be very realistic with you. If she survived this, she's not gonna be the same. You've already lost her. But if you want to fight for her, I'm not gonna stop you. But I'm not gonna refuse treatment as well. But I just want to be honest with you that we're not gonna be able to do the necessary things that needs to be done for her. And I said, what do you mean? You want me to give up? I can't. So I called my uncle. And then we hired an ambulance. And I had to travel her all the way to the city. She's still not moving, you know. And the first hospital that we went to, the doctor that referred us to us made a mistake. So they sent us to a wrong hospital. And good thing that my uncle knows someone from this hospital that we brought her in. And then when he saw my sister, he's not saying anything, but he was shaking his head. And he said, look, we're gonna do our best, but you gotta be ready. And I called my other sisters in America, called everyone. And then so you know, they did everything for her. They that very same night they asked me to, like, I need your consent, because we have to open up her skull. because there's a hemorrhage in her head. We have to free, because you know the blood is accumulating, so we have to free up some air or something like that. I forgot already. And the hardest thing there is I am the one who needs to sign for everything. Like they had to drill her head. They need to put a hole in her throat so she can breathe. During this time, she's still comatose, no nothing. And then I was just praying. I'm just apologizing every time I sign a paper, you know, whatever they're gonna have to do for her. And then she was in the ICU for I can't remember how long, but she was there for the longest time. And then the doctor always tells us, they never fail to tell us that, you know, you gotta be ready, because it's not up to us anymore, it's up to her. If she wants to fight. But the doctor said she can still hear you. Babe, turn it on. They always said she can still hear you, because the very last thing that's lost with this is the hearing. So talk to her all the time. And then that's what I did. I said, you know, I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna go anywhere. And I'm gonna, because that time kids are not allowed in the hospital, so I had to like sneak her kids in the hospital. And I begged one of the nurses, please just give me like 5 minutes so she can hear her kids. And then that nurse is kind enough to do so. And I was telling her to fight, because she still has kids that needs her. And then so we lasted in the hospital for at least she was comatose for 3 months. And then when she woke up, that time my life is more of like going to the hospital, going to work, and then sleep a little bit, pray. And then one of our CEO, actually the company that I was working for, is really kind enough to tell me like, I know what's happening to you. Do you need some break? Do you need some time off? And I said, please don't do that to me, because work is the only place that's keeping me sane right now, because of that what's happening. And my sister are all over the place, and I'm the only one who's really there for her. And yeah, so when she woke up, it was all you know, we're so happy. But yeah, the doctor is correct. She wasn't the same anymore. She can't talk, she can't walk, she can't live herself. The only thing that's she can communicate with us is thumbs up for yes, and she's not gonna react if it's a no. So the question always for her is a yes or no. And the very first thing I ask her is, do you know me? And she lifted her thumb. I lost it. And I said to her, I'm really sorry for what happened to your hair, because she loves her hair. I have dicks, and they have to shave it off. And I'm sorry if they have to put a hole in your throat. I'm sorry if they have to put a hole in your stomach so you can eat. But you know what? She's a survivor. She's a survivor, and I admire her so much. So now she's still the same, and she's doing therapy. I think she progressed, but then what they say, it's a brain damage. So we can't really bring her the same way as before. And up to now, she can't speak. That was 2006, so that's like 13 years ago, I think. Well, I don't know if my math is correct. So 2019 now. Anyway, so yeah, cause I'm gonna. So this is my sister now.
I don't know, you can't see her. That's her now there. And that's me. Yeah, so what I'm doing at the moment, I'm the one supporting her in terms of her medical condition. I send money to my mom so that she can always do her therapy, her needs, food, diapers, everything that she needs. I support her because that's what I promised her before. I am not the person before that says I love you all the time, because for me, I'm not gonna say it if I don't mean it. But the very last thing that we have talked about was she was in my apartment and she was doing my laundry, and I was telling her, don't do that, you know, you're not a maid here, you're my sister, stop doing whatever you're doing, just relax and you know, have a chat with me. And then I don't know why I asked her this, and I said, ate means in Filipino means respect for your elder sister, so I call her ate, so that means older sister, but you're calling her with respect. So I said, Ate Sandy, did you ever like think that I'm gonna be where I am right now and I'm gonna be helping you out? And then she said, I remember what she said. She said, ever since you were little, I already knew that you're gonna do so well in your life, and thank you very much for helping me and for my kids. And she said, I love you. And I did not reply. And I just said, way. Because for me, that's so corny. So, oh, gosh. I know she can still you know, every time I tell her I love her, you know, she laugh like that means she's really happy every time I say it. But I wish I would have said it before. So yeah. Now, whenever my husband calls me, I don't say I love you all the time to him, but sometimes I will say I love you, and then until he gets sick to me saying it. Now, the lesson here that I want to share is hug your loved one. Hug them all the time. Show them that you love them. Because you'll never know. Oh. You will never know when something's gonna happen, and that's gonna be the last time you're gonna get to converse with them normally. I did not lose her. She's still alive, don't get me wrong. It's just that I missed the conversation. I miss the way she cooked. I miss the way she messaged me all the time. And I've struggled so hard. And I really, really miss her. So, lesson: don't take everything for granted. Yeah, your family is your family, no matter what. Your friends will come and go. They will make their own family. Your mates, your office, your work. Remember what to go. Because I just went to a time management training. And the very first thing that the trainer said, we are all expendables. I don't know how you pronounce it. Because if something happens to you and you're not going to make it to work anymore, your boss will send you flowers. But then when they go back to the office, they're gonna interview the person who's gonna replace you. But your family is always gonna be there for you. So to those family that has not experienced this kind of situation, always hug your hug them, love them, tell them you love them, and make some jokes, all those corny things. Say it. It's important. That's why I always make sure that all my nephews and nieces are always, they feel loved. Whenever they need me, I'm always there, available for them, regardless how busy I am, because I don't want them to feel or have that regret in their life that, or even me, I don't want to have that feeling again where I regret it. But yeah, so yeah, always hug your family. Make sure that you tell them you love them. I know it's corny, I know it's hard. No matter how angry you are that your family, regardless, you're not gonna be able to replace them with anyone. No matter how sweet, kind your friends are, like I said, those kind of relationship, it's something's gonna change, because your friends will have their own family. They're gonna be busy. At the end of the day, it's your family who you're gonna come home with, or you're gonna talk to. So yeah, and I'm sorry for crying. So yeah, so that's my personal story that made an impact to my life. That's why I am like this to anyone that I know, to anyone that I come across with. I want to make sure that if they need something from me, or if they need my help, or anyone, I want to make sure that I made an impact to their life, because I know sometimes that's what they need, something like someone to tell them you're gonna be fine, or because you'll never know when those situations are gonna end. So with your like what Helen Martin said, when I was watching her video giving us this topic, she was actually talking about her mom having cancer, and she lost her mom, and it still gets her. So yeah, that story about my sister, yeah, it still gets me. But yeah, so that was the hardest thing that I have ever experienced in my one of the hardest things that I've experienced in my life, because I have never thought that that's gonna happen with her, because she was the nicest sister ever. She was the kindest. For me, she's the prettiest. Yeah, so she's in the Philippines with my mom, and yes, sometimes whenever she's having a tantrums, because she's just gonna cry so loud, my mom will call me and my mom will make my sister hear my voice, and then I'm gonna talk to her, and I'm gonna say, Ate Sandy, please be quiet now. You don't want to be noisy. And then she'll be quiet, and she'll listen to me. And then now that I had Michaela helped me, and then she was like you, and we video chat as well. And whenever she see Michaela, she just laugh. She knows already that that's her niece. So yeah, guys. So my personality, those experiences honed me to the person that I am right now. And yeah, don't fail to show your family that you love them, and you're always gonna be there for them. And cherish the conversation. Don't just listen because just for the sake of it. Listen, ask questions, literally put your heart in it, because you'll never know when the last conversation is gonna be. So yeah, that's gonna be my day 6. Something that happened in your life that made an impact. It's a very, very personal one, and I apologize for the tears. And yeah, and I hope you've learned something from that. And you have a good night, everyone. Again, good night from down under. And tomorrow, I promise, I think it's gonna be lighter. Thank God. It's gonna be a lighter topic. Okay. So that would be good. All right. Have a good night, Have a good night, everyone. Mwah.